Hey guys, it's Megan, and if you're new here, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications if they're not already turned on, and let's get into this unnecessarily late on a Sunday night video. So I just got out of the shower. Obviously my hair is just up in a messy bun and I'm not wearing any makeup right now because, like I said, it is 11 o'clock on a Sunday night, and I mean, I don't have class tomorrow until 7:30 p.m. and I don't work until 1 p.m. so I don't really have to be up super early, but I should be trying to sleep like a normal person. But as we know, I'm not a normal person, and I think of the best video ideas when I'm in the shower for some reason, and then I never make them. And I decided I'm not going to try and write down the things I want to say in this video because it's kind of an embarrassing childhood story, and I just remembered it when I was in the shower shaving my legs. So yeah, but first of all, what better way to start off No Shave November by talking about my first time shaving. But before I get into this, I do want to say what the purpose of No Shave November actually is. According to the first thing that shows up on Google when you Google it. It may not be entirely accurate, but from what I understand is the purpose of No Shave November is to refrain from shaving and grooming your hair throughout the month of November to raise awareness for cancer patients who lose their hair through the treatment process of cancer. So it's actually for a pretty good cause, and I am in no way promoting the fact that you have to shave. Personally, I prefer to shave my legs and my armpit. I just don't like hair other than my eyebrows and the top of my head and eyelashes. But anyways, yeah, I will be participating in No Shave November, kind of with just my legs, really. I do have a band concert at the end of the month though, and I kind of need to shave my legs for that. I mean, I don't have to, but I would prefer to because I'm gonna be wearing a dress. But anyways, I want to talk about this embarrassing story from my childhood, from my first time shaving. So I was 11 the first time I ever shaved my legs, and it was during summer, and my mom had told me, like, have you started shaving yet? Well, she asked me, have you started shaving your legs yet? And I said, no, you didn't tell me I was allowed to. So she gave me one of those she gave me one of those like disposable Bic shaving razors that are super cheap and awful, and they cut you all over the place. But anyways, I remember I was camping, and it was the middle of summer, and I was at this family reunion, which we don't really do anymore. We used to go to this place that was like a little county park, I think, and we would rent it out for about a week. It used to be just a weekend, and then we rented it out for a whole week. And all our family members on my mom's side would gather, and we would have a great time. And we would like sleep in these cabins, and it was just so fun because I got to see my family. I have a relatively large family because I come from two families that were very large. My grandparents have a lot of siblings, so both my grandmothers have a lot of siblings. I'm not sure about my grandfathers. I don't know much about their families, which is kind of sad. But anyways, so at this camp place that we would go every summer with the family, this particular year I had turned 11, and my mom got me a Bic razor to shave my legs for the first time, and I did in the showers there, which were awful showers and terrible places to shave your legs. Like those little tiny stand-up showers, not like with a bathtub in them. I'm used to shaving my legs in a shower that has a bathtub, so I can just like stretch my leg out and shave it without getting water all over it, so the shaving cream doesn't like wash off. I guess that's a first world issue or whatever, but I'm like watching the battery on my camera and I'm like, it's gonna die. But anyways, so I shaved my legs, and I missed this one spot on the back of my left leg, and I remember, and as an 11-year-old I thought, oh my god, now it's gonna grow uneven for the rest of my life, and every time I shave it, it's gonna grow uneven for the rest of my life. And I was so freaked out because I thought, like, well, I didn't shave it in my first time shaving, so now that's just gonna be longer for the rest of my life and it's never gonna go away. I don't know why my mind thought that way, but that's how I did think about it. But anyways, so I go swim or whatever in the lake, and then the next morning when I woke up, I noticed these cuts on my fingertips, and I was like, what the heck? And you know how when you're a little kid and you don't want to cut your fingernails, and your mom cuts your fingernails when you're asleep? Well, that's what I thought had happened. I woke up and I saw these cuts on my fingertips, and I thought, huh, mom must have tried to cut my fingernails, but my fingernails are still long, what the heck? So I asked her that day, Mom, what the heck? Why did you cut my fingertips with a fingernail clipper while I was sleeping? That's so mean. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I see those cuts on your fingertips. And I was just so confused because I didn't understand how those cuts got there. And then she said, well, did you try shaving your legs? And I said, yeah, I did, but how does that have anything to do with cuts on my fingertips? Well, let me tell you, I didn't put two and two together that when I was shaving that first time, it makes me cringe to think of it because it's like paper cuts, the whole sound of that makes me cringe. But anyways, I didn't put two and two together that when I had been shaving, I thought, okay, so this thing is clogged up with a bunch of hair, so let's just use my fingers, pretend that this right here is the razor blade. So I took my fingertips and went across the blades to get rid of the hair. And at the time, it didn't make my fingers bleed and I didn't like notice it and it didn't hurt. But that next morning, my fingers were like all scabbed and like cut and I didn't understand why and I was so confused. And I feel so stupid now realizing that I'd done that. Well, I realized a while ago that I'd done that, but just like now as an adult, I think back and it's like, Megan, you were so stupid. I seriously thought that my mom had taken fingernail clippers to the tips of my fingers while I was asleep. And I was just so dumb as a child. But yeah, I guess that was kind of not as much of a story as I wish it had been, but like, it's just a stupid story from when I was 11 years old. I was not the brightest of the bunch, but I guess my life was kind of interesting. My dorm here has these showers that are so small and so impossible to shave your legs, and that's I guess how I remembered this whole story, because I was shaving my legs and I thought, this is really frustrating and it reminds me of the first time I ever shaved, and I went to rinse off the hair from the razor head. Sorry, that's a little gross, but I thought, I remember the one time I used my fingers to get rid of that hair, and I remember this whole story. So I thought I would tell it to you guys instead of waiting a few days to record this, because like it's actually October 1st as I'm recording this, because I didn't feel like uploading this in October because I'm planning on doing some more Halloween related videos for October, which you would have already seen, so I guess it doesn't make sense to tell you now, but like yeah, I'm recording this video in particular in October, but yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you're new here, please subscribe to my channel, and if you like this video, please leave a big thumbs up and turn on notifications so you get notified every time I upload a new video, which should be on Mondays and Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. I love you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!